My wife is cheating. Help me. Part 2. I believe I misrepresented her in Update 4. She said she did what she did with him because she felt unwanted, but she realized it was her fault. She is well aware that she should have approached me. She is well aware that she is the one who is at fault. She swears she doesn't hold it against me. I didn't push her away or force her to do this. She said she could control how she felt for him, which I still don't believe, but she couldn't control what she did. She let him persuade her into it because I believe that was what she wanted at the time, even if she didn't know it. Our marriage hasn't been without flaws. We've encountered problems. We've been having communication problems, particularly recently. We haven't had a good life. I felt she didn't care enough about me, and she felt I didn't care enough about her. Neither of us put forth enough effort to work on it. Is that to say I'm at fault for this? No way. Not even a smidge on she did it. Because she understands how I feel. I'm not trying to make you like her. I simply want you to know that I don't believe, and never have believed, that she is a bad person. She is a horrible wife for what she did to me, but she is not a bad person in general. Now for the future plan, I thought long and hard, about what I wanted last night and this morning. What would make my heart sing? I'm not going to base my choice to remain or quit on what she wants. I'm not going to remain in order to keep our family together. I have to create it depending on my desires. I want to remain with her, but that doesn't mean I've made up my mind. I'd want for us to work things out and speak to counselors so that our marriage can be better than ever, but I'm not sure whether that will happen. I knew she knew about the South Carolina statute against adultery, and that if she was discovered, she wouldn't be entitled to alimony. That was my sole line of defense. I don't believe she'd do anything with anybody for a long time now that she knows, which means hiring a PI now or when I go looking next weekend would be pointless. But if she's reading this and knows I'm not hiring one, she could think she can get away with it. I'm putting precautions in place to make sure it doesn't happen, and if it does, I'll have evidence. I had an inspiration. If we attempted to patch things, I knew I couldn't and wouldn't trust her for a long time if ever. I discovered the one thing that may even begin to make me think that maybe she wants to be with me for me and work on our relationship, rather than staying with me for what I can do for her. I asked her whether she would be willing to sign a post-nuptial agreement. I'll have to consult with the lawyer, but if she agrees to sign a contract stating that if we divorce, even if it's not her fault, she gets nothing. There will be no alimony, no property save for a few items that are obviously hers, her computer, clothing, jewelry, etc. And no child support. Because I've gotten a few comments about it, let me clarify. I wouldn't stop supporting my daughter or keep her away from her. I'd just like to avoid court-ordered child support and give her X amount to support my daughter based on how long she has her at any given time, rather than X amount per month. I'm not sure how that would work, which is why I need to consult with a lawyer to make sure I can do it that way. I have more ideas, but I won't put them here since she could see them, and those plans include her not knowing about them. I may release them eventually, but it will be a long time. At this point, if the post-nuptial agreement goes as planned and she signs it, I'd be willing to TRY to work things out. I know a lot of you are going to be upset by this. Perhaps she is deceiving me. Perhaps she is simply a jerk, but I knew her before she did this. I knew her before our marriage went downhill. I don't believe she did it for the sake of having with someone else. I don't believe she did it because she dislikes me. I believe she did it because he was saying her the same things I used to tell her when we first started dating. I believe she misses what we used to be, and although we will never be that again, this will go one of three ways. Either we attempt to work things out and it doesn't work out, or we divorce. We attempt to straighten things out, but she continues to cheat and we divorce. Or we attempt to work on things, to repair difficulties we've had with ourselves and our marriage since we first met, and our marriage and relationship will be stronger than ever. That's what I'm praying for. I adore you too. You are fantastic. The outpouring of love and support has been incredible. I'm still reviewing every high-level remark and communication that comes in. Shout out to the guy who gave me my first gold, and a big thanks to the guy who gave me my first platinum. Please keep in touch and let me know what you think. I know many of you may be sad or dissatisfied with my choice, but I have to do this for me. I just wanted to add something to my most recent update. She has horrible self-esteem problems. She has a negative self-image. She's also quite introverted and doesn't interact with many people. This is the first job she's had in years where she's had to interact with other people. Of course, this does not justify anything, but I thought it was pertinent. Update 6. Hello everyone. I apologize for keeping you waiting for an update. I'm now seated at the bar, sipping a Jack and Coke. So we spoke about it. We attempted to sort things out, and things looked to be improving. Then she stated she wasn't sure how she felt or if she wanted to try. We chatted some more, and she said she was willing to give it a go. We attended a therapy appointment with a therapist on Wednesday. The counseling went something like this. She complained that she didn't receive enough out of the marriage, and that I didn't care or speak to her. The therapist asked her some questions, and she essentially said she could see I cared and spoke to her, or try to anyway. The therapist emphasized to her that it wasn't because I didn't care, as she admitted, but that she was unhappy with it and didn't know what she wanted. She had made up her mind about what she wanted. She began putting up an air mattress in the spare room last night, and I saw she had some new sheets that she had purchased to accommodate it. When I checked at her phone to see when she ordered them, she was messaging him again. So, clearly, we're finished. We're getting a divorce. I know many of you will say, I told you so, but I was well aware of the potential when I attempted to work things out, and I have no regrets. I'll look back on this and know I tried all I could to make things right. I have nothing to be sorry for, and that makes me happy. I tried, and I'll never be able to blame myself for it. Please, before anybody says anything, refrain from calling her a b*tch or otherwise disparaging my wife. I still adore her because you can't stop loving at will. Telling me what a jerk she is doesn't help. I don't forgive her and may never forgive her, but I don't resent her. I continue to want for the best for her and our kid, and I want her to be happy. I honestly think she regrets harming me, but at least believes she is unable to change her feelings. We're done, but she's preparing to return to Florida with her family, which means she'll be leaving this man behind. She doesn't believe she can be happy with me anymore, but I don't think she's going to leave me to be with him. She seemed to be enthusiastic about the quest in my perspective. When you meet someone fresh, you get that puppy dog affection. I believe she is wounded and needs assistance in figuring out herself and her self-deprecation problems. She'll be living in our home for the time being and, hopefully, visiting a therapist while she still has the privilege of being married to me. According to SC law, we must live apart for a year before filing for divorce. However, she will be departing shortly. We opted to go through mediation rather than hire attorneys to save money and time. We're still getting along well. She has promised not to seek alimony, and I believe she will give me complete custody of our daughter if the courts grant it, with her receiving as much visitation as possible. I won't attempt to screw her over, no matter what you say, and although I appreciate all of your support and all you've done for me, you don't know me and you don't know her. She's not a bad person. I honestly trust she is giving me the truth and will not attempt to screw me up. It'll be difficult for a long time, but we'll get through it. The most important thing to me right now is that our kid is well cared for, and that we do what is best for her. I'm on drink hash 4 and getting tired of typing, so I'm done for now, but if I left out any information, and I'm sure I did, feel free to inquire, and I'll respond to any questions as well as amend the update to add the things I left out. I appreciate you all more than you know, and I wish I could afford to award medals to each and every one of you, but I can't. If anybody is in the Columbia, South Carolina area, I'd appreciate a drinking partner now or later. I'm going to purchase, unless 40 people show up. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much. You're great. Thank you for your time.